Hello. Good day again today. I feel like it has a lot to do with my attitude, to be honest. Like, I feel like I've just kind of been saying it's been a good day, but like, honestly, it has been a good day these last couple of times. My camera's shaking too. Whoa. But yeah, so it's been pretty sweet these last couple weeks. I feel like I've been fairly consistent with my training, and I am carrying a good mentality into each training session, which I feel like is kind of half the battle. You know, like showing up is half the battle, and then keeping a good mentality through it is also, you know, part of why, you know, these things get so hard sometimes. But I think for me, the one thing I was thinking about today was the wisdom that I feel like I could maybe pass on to somebody who's watching, is that you know, like, it's that like attitude of gratitude that I feel like makes a big difference whenever it comes to stuff like this. Because like, I think we get caught up a lot of times in thinking like, oh, you know, I have to do this or I have to do that. Like, in reality, you don't have to do anything. You can skate by, you know, doing the bare minimum, and you know, some people do, and some people, you know, live a somewhat normal life doing that. But truly, like, you don't need to really do anything. Like, you get to do something. And I think with what I'm doing, you know, I am in a position now where I get to do what I'm doing, and I'm very happy about that. And I have a lot of fun with it. And it's nice to kind of remind yourself every once in a while that, you know, you get to do something, and it's not a responsibility as much as it is just a hobby, I guess. You know, because like what I'm doing, you know, it is my job, sure, but also it's a hobby at the end of the day, and it's good to remind yourself of that, I think. I'm not, you know, trying to downplay my accomplishments or downplay anybody else's struggles within the sport, because I feel like for me, my identity as a person a lot of the times is caught up in being an athlete, and that was something that I came to grips with in college, and I guess something that I still haven't really let go of. But yeah, you have these moments in your life where you can sit back and really kind of look at yourself and look at, you know, what you're getting out of your life, and what you truly want, you know. And I truly do want to continue throwing, continue doing my, like, putting my all into it, having a good time with it, and you know, all that good stuff. But I get to do it, and I want to do it. And I think that's a conversation that a lot of people have to have with themselves whenever they feel like they're, you know, upset with what's going on in their life. Is like, are you truly invested in what you're doing? Because whenever you're invested in what you're doing, like, you wake up every day with the intent of, you know, getting better at something, whether it's javelin or business or being a good brother or sister, or, you know, what have you. It makes things kind of more simple, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't have to be this like mental gymnastics of you justifying why you're doing things that you don't like to be doing because you're in a, I don't know. It's really easy to do things that you like doing, obviously, but whenever you can find something that aligns with your passions and you know, something that makes you better as a person, I feel like that's whenever you really benefit from stuff. Because I've been throwing for almost 10 years now. I think this is my 10th year of throwing javelin. I threw my freshman year of high school. That was 2015. So this is my 9th year of throwing javelin. And I think I've genuinely learned more from throwing a stick, and I've gotten more life lessons from anything and it's a very like surreal thing to think about, because it's a 1 pound, 1.7 pound, 800 gram stick, you know? Like what is there to learn from anything that, you know, any inanimate object out there? But truly, like, the life lessons that I've gotten from it are something that I think that, you know, if my life had went a different way, like I'd never feel the same way, see life the same way. Like, I think one of the most important moments in my life as an athlete and as a person was whenever I tore my UCL. So I got this little scar, but you know, it was like I said, a lot of times as athletes, I feel like we get our identity wrapped up in you know, how we perform or what we do as an athlete, and there's obviously problems with that. And I think I really came to grips with it because, you know, not that UCL surgery is anything crazy, but like, you know, some people just don't recover from it, and that's the reality of it. So I think like for me, I was just being honest with myself in that moment of like, what am I outside of the sport, and what do I have to bring to the table other than, you know, just throwing far. And whenever you have time like that to take a little mental inventory, you know, things become a little easier to grasp, I think, and it's a good thing, you know. I think everything happens for a reason. I think that was probably the defining moment of my journey as an athlete, you know, coming back from that. And I decided during that time that I wasn't going to let anything, you know, get in the way of my success, and especially something like that. And the thing that got me through it, I got asked this a lot whenever I was going through it. Like a lot of people said, like, how did you, you know, go through it and then come back as fast as you did and throw as far as you did afterwards? And I constantly reminded myself of, you know, imagine the story of the guy or girl that, you know, is good at throwing. They hurt themselves, and then they come back the next year after injury and win everything. And that was where my mind was at. I wouldn't take anything else for I didn't want anything else. I wouldn't allow myself to get anything lower than what I feel like I had worked for, which was, you know, winning everything. And that year was the first year that I made a World Championships team. I'd won USA's, I got second at NCAA's, and, you know, that was a very pivotal year for me. Probably the best year of my life so far. I graduated college. I did a lot of things that I think a lot of, you know, 22-year-olds wouldn't really haven't really experienced. A lot of people in general haven't experienced. Like, I got to travel the world because of my sport, which to me was the coolest thing, and still is the coolest thing, honestly. But yeah, I'm really happy with the journey that I've taken because of moments like that in my life. You know, everything happens for a reason. I think that you know, if you're a religious person, you know, there's always somebody behind the scenes pulling some strings. If you're not, I don't know, I feel like there's too many coincidences to not believe in something. But you know, I think that there's a lot of time that passes whenever you're in a situation like growing as a person, and to be able to truly, you know, take that mental inventory, like I said before, is really beneficial. So I don't want to ramble on forever, but that's all I got for today. So hope you got something out of it. Future me, what's up? See you.